What is up, YouTubers, gamers, and fellow hobbyists out there? Welcome to On the Bench with Pete. This is the hobby along, paint along series that you put on in the background to help you through the more possibly mundane tasks to get through for your hobbying or painting. Just something that just need to be done, but they're not the sort of thing you look forward to. Like tidying up miniatures, like prepping them for primer paint, that kind of thing. So yeah, you know, that kind of thing. Now, you never guess what day it is I'm recording this on. Christmas Day, or Christmas evening, I should say. In fact, I'll give you an accurate time. I think it is still Christmas evening. Yes, it's 9:15 on Christmas evening. So all is right with the world. Had a great Christmas party. I hope you did. I don't know when this will go up, but not till next year. Not till the new year. So it's probably New Year now. I'll just rub my eyes a bit. Gonna have some much needed time off, or I will have had some much needed time off by the time you see this. Now, I have been painting, or not been painting, I've been building Marvel Crisis Protocol, and I still need to prep them for primer. Well, I've only done 5 miniatures because they're not the most enjoyable to put together. I do hear that the newer sets are better, but that said, I still need to prep these bad boys. So yeah, so that's the thing. One, I've got to find, got to find where my gear is. It's right there. I'm not prepared, so the other thing I'm going to do is start prepping the my Blood Angels for some decals. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to crack on and do that, you know. So, and then anything else I can think of and find. So without further ado, grab your glues, brushes, paints, models, whatever it is you need. Let's get to the bench and let's get cracking. There's a lot of shadow above me and whatever, but that's okay. Got the glasses. God, these really are strong glasses. Anyway, we'll start with this bad boy. I've got some. Oh, that's a thing. Well, I need gloss varnish. I need gloss varnish for this affair. So, let's see if I've got any hard coat. No, I don't. Don't seem to have any hard coat here with me. That's all right. I'm just gonna leave my post just for a split second while I look for some gloss varnish. And gloss varnish is what I'm looking for. Gloss varnish. Okay. Gloss acrylic varnish. That would be the one. Gloss. There. Coming back. I've got a cup of tea, by the way, so if you've got a beverage of choice, now's the time. So, yes, so this is Christmas Day, or Christmas evening, I should say, and I hope you've all had a good one. I really do. I'm just going to use this as a sort of palette to put this gloss varnish in. It's literally a matter of just glossing the left shoulder pad until I work out what to do on the right shoulder pad. Haven't worked that out yet. Right, so let's put a few blobs of that down. So I've had a brilliant Christmas, and quiet is the way forward for me. It's the way forward for all of us, actually. It's just so cool. Right, so it's left shoulder pad. Just a bit of gloss varnish. That's that one. So I can put this on at any time. Let's raise the camera slightly here. As long as I'm touching the green mat with my wrist, I should be in shot, and that's good. Right, so I'm prepping, I'm putting gloss varnish onto the shoulder pads because that's where I want to put the decal. And the gloss varnish will give it a nice slippery surface with which to move the decal around on. Doing well, doing well, doing well. Don't want to get too much gloss build up. That's good. There we are. So yeah, I've had a great Christmas, nice and quiet. I knew what I was getting for my main present, which was a hobby-related present. It was the map library for the RPG games. So I've got 100 gaming maps now, basically. You know, for scenarios, that kind of thing. And that's going to be cool. Super cool. Gotta put some gloss varnish on his gun as well. Just because. Yeah. I'm going to put some gloss varnish on these bad boys too. These Necrons. Eyes. Their eye sockets. Actually, I'm thinking about doing them all. Yeah, the whole thing. Gloss varnish. They're androids after all. These guys. These are basically Necrons, right? Woken up on a Space Hulk. And yeah, I think I'll do them gloss. Because why not? It's good to do gloss where you can, I think, because although the matte, well, for most people the matte finish looks better, the gloss varnish will protect it more. Give it more life expectancy before the paint rubs off. You know, I've played role-playing games enough times to be moving the miniatures around on tabletop and have them, you know, wear off their paint, which is quite annoying. Yeah. So, how's your Christmas days been? They've been alright, have they? They've been okay? Hope so. I do hope so. I haven't overindulged this year, not like I have done in years gone by, you know, with food, etc., which has been obviously good for my health, or better for my health, I should say. Better for everyone concerned, you know. Christmas dinner was a nice success. We had lamb this year. I think we had it last year as well. It's my favourite meat of choice, because with the leftovers they make lovely soups or casseroles, or whatever you wanna make. But yeah, I like the lamb. I think it's a bit more versatile. Didn't have any crackers this year either, because I thought they're a bit crap, really. Christmas crackers, they're just rubbish. Waste of money, not buying them. Not spending a hard earned on that. As long as you got your food, that's the main thing. A nice meal. Family around you. But for us, just our immediate family, so just our daughter. They're downstairs now. My wife and my daughter are just watching Running Man, the old original with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Because my daughter's seen the later version of it. She's never seen the original, so you should see the original. So I like watching that. See how it compares. I don't know how it compares because I've never seen the later version. So, what are you gonna do? Watched Thor: The Dark World. I forgot how good it was, actually. It was quite a good movie, that. A lot of these I've only seen once before. I've seen the early ones a few times. Like the Iron Mans. I think I've seen Iron Man more than any other Marvel movie, to be truthful. And Iron Man 2. Da, 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 da. Right, okay. So this is the first paint along video I've made in absolutely yonks. So glad I'm here to be able to do it again. I may be a bit out of practice, and next year moving forward. And I'm getting trying to get my sound sorted for recording as well moving forward. I think it's a never-ending process of evolution, to be honest. Trying to get your setup right for your channel. Times evolve, equipment evolves. You get new equipment. You adapt to what you're using. That's cool. Oh, it's pretty cold here today. I've minuses of 10, which has been. I know there's colder, but it's quite cold. Yeah, minuses of 10, so it's been fairly nippy here. Oh, just getting these bad boys all covered up. Yeah, I'm going to be packing away the Space Crusade stuff that I've done thus far, but I want to do that at a stage when I've completed a certain stage of it, such as the Dead Angels, for instance. Oh dear. Da, 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 da. Okay. Okay, right. And that, my friends, is how it's done. Excellent. Ooh, I've got some paper towel. Still using paper towel. I know it's not the best thing to use on your models, etc., on your brushes, etc. Transfer of fibres and so on, but you know, I'm old school. Right, so that's the varnishing done on the Blood Angels. Right, now it's time to prep Marvel Crisis Protocol. There's a lot of gaps on these bad boys, which gonna use gloss varnish, or am I gonna use acrylic? But does it matter which one I use for gaps? I mean I've told maybe the gloss varnish would be better. I don't know, but then it might not. Anyway, sorry, talking to myself. I'm gonna get out a couple of files. Yeah, they were asking if I wanted to watch The Grinch earlier, and I was like, Christmas Day's come and gone now, like from as far as I'm concerned. So, I mean, I love Christmas movies. Christmas Carol, absolutely adore. But it's got to be before Christmas. Watching a Christmas movie after it's all happened is kind of, you know, not my bag, really. Maybe another Christmas I can watch The Grinch, because I've never seen it, you know, and people are shocked when I say, oh, no, you must have seen The Grinch. It's, you know, you've got to watch it. But I just have never seen it. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. Okay. So that's Steve Rogers' version of Captain America. Yeah, they're quite. The biggest problem with these models is, although they're a bigger scale, they are finicky and fiddly to put together. They just are. Whereas you take a Warhammer model, like a Space Marine, what a dream to put together. And joy, and it is enjoyable seeing them come together. But these buggers are really, yeah, they're tricky. Yeah, so this is. So we watched Thor: Dark World. So Thor Ragnarok would be. Sorry, not Ragnarok. What am I talking about? Captain America, Winter Soldier would be the next movie in the series to watch. I've got some of the early ones on disc, but I don't have all of them. Certainly all of them. Certain mold lines you just gotta be careful with. I mean, these guys, you know, like their arms come in 3 pieces, some of them. It's like, whoa, really? Yeah, it's not the best. But apparently the later models are better. So we'll see. So this is a bit of an education for me, putting together these old school, well, we'll call them old school, original Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures. The parts glue together quite well, and they stick to the bases quite well, I find. Spider-Man. Yeah, he is a bit of a pain. Yeah, they got a lot of gaps, these models, which is another complaint I've heard about them. I'll talk about them in an actual video, and we'll look at them, shall we? That could be another video. I'd like to get these guys primed up. But, I'd like to do it with a rattle can if at all possible, but the weather obviously doesn't really lend itself well to that at the moment. It's just, although it's dry and it's forecast dry, you do get a lot of rain this time of year. So you gotta, it's kind of a lottery really. Pick your moments, because going outside, you don't want to get the model wet. Captain Marvel, eh? So I'm literally just scraping the shine of the glue off, or at least trying to. Right, so that's that. I mean, some of the parts that are separate are so small, they're hard to hold on to. Now this was a pain. Dr. Octopus, I mean, looks fantastic, but what a pain. Putting his tentacled arms on and the hooks, the grapple things, claws, that's it. Yeah, just not easy. It wasn't easy, I'll tell you that. Dr. Otto Octavius. Yeah, like gaps to fill it. I'll try using matte varnish for the first instance, But I'd like to get these quite well prepped, because I want to do painting tutorials on each of them, to be truthful. Yeah. think these are some mold lines now, I think. I glued these together many days ago now though, so I could be forgiven for, you know, going quite, not rough with them, but not being so tentative. Because there's no way I'll be touching these quite so forcefully when I'd first glued them together. I see a lot of people use super glue for them, but I don't think it's necessary. You don't need to. Plastic glue works just fine, in my humble opinion. Right. Okay, let's go back to Captain America. And we open this up. Okay. So I'm looking for gaps. And guess what? I don't have to look that far. Yeah. Okay. I think that's Captain America done and ready. Spider-Man. So many different versions of Spider-Man in the MCU, Marvel Crisis Protocol. It's like, yeah. Even in the normal MCU, there's so many different versions of it, and this whole multiverse thing is like, whoa. It's kind of screws into your head a bit, because it's like, well, which version of you am I fighting today? Onto the Red Skull. Right, that's him done. Captain Marvel. Don't know what I'm going to do after. So I'll find something. There's a lot of gaps on these bad boys. I think that's about it. So Octavius, you're up. So Octavius. See, his legs went on, and there's no gap. His legs up his feet. So stick it out here. There we go. Ooh. Otto Octavius, what are you doing, man? I've just seen a mould line there, but you know, whatever. So I think these are pretty much done. Big gap there, which we hope will get filled in. That's good. Right, I think that's it. Okay. Gosh. Time for a sip of tea. My goodness. Have a look at my my Rogue that I'm painting at the moment. Getting the cloak right. Yeah, it's gonna be a good, really cool RPG model. I might even use that one for my solo campaign. I'm thinking about it. Because I could hide all manner of things under the cloak, like a short sword, dagger, whatever. You can see here him. You can see he or she has a dagger. So yeah, why not? Right, just going to use my wire brush to gently clean out my metal files. Then I'll work out what I'm going to do next. Yeah. So, like I said, my wife and daughter are watching Running Man. I wonder how that's going. I wonder how they get on. Pop these files back. Brushes. I always keep my modelling knife out, or at least one of them, because I'm always in need of it. Yeah, there you go. Well, King Theoden, I could work on him, I suppose. I would need some sort of shade wash for that. Got him there. Of course, I don't have to do whatever I do mounted. I have to do on foot as well, and that's fine. So, just thinking about what I will paint next. So I think my 5 Marvel Crisis Protocol models are, when they're dry, they will be ready for painting, priming. And like I said, I want to spray can them because I want to do them all black, and then a couple of kind of zenithal highlights for, you know, with finishing with like an overhead highlight, like a grey, and then like a white on top. I know what I'm doing, like kind of like pre-shading shadow kind of effect. That's what I'm gonna do. That's that. I've also got, oh, excuse me, I've got Minkulesk's tutorial to finish off sometime. Do you need to film a few more parts of that? Just getting there with her. Mostly I've got bottles of paint out on my desk. See, to get more paint and glues and things than I do anything else, and that's kind of annoying. We're at 36 minutes, which is it's kind of, well, it's fun. Yeah, I do need to get a skin wash. Have I not got one out? So just looking. Not really. I've got Darko Flesh, but that's a contrast paint. I don't really want to be using that. Some more tea. Might finish it actually. Right, I'm going to find Shade Wash. Of course, White Flash Shade will be my shade wash of choice because it's like a gold standard of washes. It's middle of the road. It's just what the doctor ordered. I'm just shaking it up a bit. Got it in my hand. Okay. Well, I mean, this is going to be for Theoden skin. This is a glazing brush, but we'll use it for Theoden's skin, shall we? Nice and easy, son. Nice and easy. Right. That's the mounted one. And this will mark the unmounted one. Got a lot to do on him, really. Still, that's that bit done. Sorry, I'm quite quiet this episode. It's because I'm not. I'm not used to doing it. It's been a while. I'll soon get back into swing, and B, I'm tired. So and C, I'm not long finished work. For the holidays, and takes me a few days. Takes me several days actually to recover. Really, I find a normal weekend doesn't quite cut it. I definitely need that extra day. Sadly, I don't get it, but I do need an extra day really to recover. The times I do have a longer weekend, so I have an extra day on my weekend, like a Monday or Friday. Makes a huge difference to me. And obviously, if I have a week off, not 2 weeks, because I don't usually have 2 weeks in a row. I like to spread it out. If I have a week off, then my time goes so much easier. I'm thinking of doing the white gilded contrast paint on this one, the main. So this is where my paints build up, you see. This is where they build up. Put Darko Flesh back for now, shall we? Dark Oath Flesh. And I want find it. The Apothecary White. There we go. It's called Apothecary White. Now, I may just have to put this onto the electronic paint shaker because, I mean, just look at the state of the bottle there, look. It's in a right state. Ready? Watching for the paint to change. Getting there. Right. Now look at it. That looks better. Like a dark white. Alright, so I'm going to pop this on like I would a shade wash. See how we get on with that. Okay. What's his mane? Looks pretty cool. Okay. Ta-da! I'm quite pleased with that. Quite pleased indeed. Now I'm going to gently put more, yeah. Or shall I paint some more of the shield? Oh, yeah. Chainmail. Do you know, I'm gonna paint the shield a little bit, just a little bit. I'm gonna use my ceramic paint mixer or palette today for the metallics. Actually, I'm gonna have to do the same thing with this paint pot because it's an old paint pot, right? Here we go. Ready? Not as much because it gets used more, I think, than the Apothecary White does. Alright, so I'm just popping some on my palette for now. One blob of thinner, and then I'll use a blob of water as well to thin it down. Okay, nice and thin. Okay, right. Insane detail. Well, this is pretty insane. Chainmail metal. That looks kind of fun, actually, if I'm honest. I'm going to do the other bits. On his shield. The sticky out bits. Sorry, this is a very concentrating part. Sorry about that. I know I need to increase the quality of my videos, but right now, I mean, these are paint-along videos, right? So it's just about painting along, knowing there's someone else here painting with you. I guess that's how I feel when I follow along a paint-along video. I do miss them. You know, they're really good. The thing is, I do listen to what people say on them. So I try not to talk too much about things like work, and nobody wants to hear about how crappy work is, because everybody's got their own problems with work, haven't they? I mean, you know, it's part of why we do our hobby, right? To escape it all. My sister's dog, oh, Mario, he's working out lovely. Remember we helped her rescue him from Cyprus back on. Wow, he is coming on in leaps and bounds. I mean, really, really well. Yeah, he's fitting in really well. Okay. Whatever I do on Theoden mounted, like with him or what he's holding or whatever, I can't do on the unmounted one too. Yeah. So when you see this, it'll be 2026. 2026! 3 years away from the opening scene of Terminator. Wow. Scary. Skynet, huh? It's coming for us. It's coming for us. Right, I've done that. That's good. Now I can pop these to one side. Is there anything I can do on him? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Really don't. Oh. Don't think so. Keeping them to myself. I got these models, you see, which I just keep on looking at, putting to one side and rejecting. That's okay. Where are we at? Ooh, 52 minutes. We can end it now. No, I don't want to get rid of you guys. You know that. And so there we are. And on the bench. Yeah, it's not that I want to get rid of you guys. It's just that time moves on. And things get to the end of like a natural progression comes towards an end. And I feel that, you know, we just need to move on. I can get the next stage of sorting this bloody bench out done. Yeah, that'd be nice. So, yeah, thanks ever so much for watching. Do give it a thumbs up, and you know, see you on another video. They will get better from here on in. Don't forget, this was made last year, so yeah. Thanks for watching. Remember, all brushes lead to water. I'll see you on another video. Bye for now. Bye bye.